is we're recording them. All right, Mr. Mopia. Okay, why trade NASDAQ 100 index? Trading the NASDAQ 100 gives the traders the diversify of exposure to the greater number of companies, right, in the non-financial sector. The NASDAQ 100 is one of the world's most popular and widely followed index. There is no shortage of the technical and the fundamental analysis at any given time. The clear technical chart patterns which provide a distinct entry and exit signal. The NASDAQ provides traders with a great deal of liquidity, which leads to the tight spread that offers an expensive cost to the enter and exit trades. Okay, so what actually means here is that at any given time, you can be able to trade NASDAQ using the fundamental analysis, or you can be able to trade NASDAQ using the technical analysis, right? It means it never short of liquidity. That is why a lot of people or a lot of mentors, they always encourage their clients that let's trade NASDAQ, because once they get it correct, they can't make money. They will make money because it never short of liquidity. It always have the liquidity in that market. There is 100 of companies that all companies are needed at particular time. So again, it's one of the popular instruments, indices, that you can find outside there. So anywhere where you Google NASDAQ, it will pop up. When you talk about NASDAQ, you have a conversation with someone about NASDAQ. It's one of the populist instruments in the market. So that's the reason why you have to trade NASDAQ, but don't just trade. You must understand that you are actually trading 100 companies. One company not performing, it should show in the market. 5 companies not performing, it should show in a chart when you are trading or in a forex market. That's how NASDAQ works, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so simple tips that and the strategies that you can use, whenever you want to prepare yourself to get into NASDAQ. A successful NASDAQ trader involves with a similar analysis technical used to trade a range of the financial market. Before you enter in the market trade, before you enter in the trade, a trader should have a reason to enter and the trade based on the technical or fundamental analysis. So the professional traders stick on the strategies which contain a principle and a guideline that they follow to be successful. How to trade this NASDAQ using NASDAQ 100, using a technical analysis easily. Okay, is that a question? Yes, Mr. Chavelle. All those instruments that you are actually listed there, they are part of the NASDAQ. Twitter, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, they are all listed in the NASDAQ. The reason why they are listed in the NASDAQ is because of all of them, they are dealing with the security, right? They're technology companies with the security instincts, if I may say. Twitter, it's all about, it's a tech. Again, it's a security of communication. So you can understand that the communication, it's way much more important, in the present world. We talk about Apple. It's one of the, a biggest company producing, phones and the computers. And again, it brings the security to people. It brings, the guidance to people to say that if I use Apple, I'm secure. No one can be able to hack me. Amazon, Microsoft. Look at Tesla jumping in terms of the car, the most secure car currently in this new age. It's Tesla. People are driving Tesla without, sitting at the back, without having the steering and driving. And driving, you see, that's how secure it is. So it's all about security of the technology. So the traders use a technical analysis to analyze the chart, looking for to buy or to sell the signal. The technical analysis can use the indicator to help them identify the current price, the current trends in the market, and again, shift in the sentiment or potential retracement pattern. So, all right. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure okay, we're here. So far, so good. All right. Yeah. Okay, we can move on. Today we are doing the short and sweets about the NASDAQ. But before we go, last 5 minutes, we're gonna jump in a chart and just to show each other about the NASDAQ again, how it performs in a chart. So there are a variety of different indicators that you can actually use to trade the NASDAQ. It is important that the traders use an indicator that they understand and feel comfortable about it. The indicator do not work all the time, so the traders must implement the proper risk management. This is where you can now implement when it comes to take profits, stop loss, and all those stuff at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on with my screen here. Change. Okay. All right. Here we go. Can see it. Can see it's far. It's far. All right, we're here. Sorry about that. Technology was dribbling us. So as I said, in terms of the risk management, we have to make sure that we understand our risk. We put the take profit, we put the stop loss, so that all these spikes, when they're happening, you actually, understand these spikes. You actually, know that there's not going to take the whole money in your account. So the risk management include using an appropriate leverage and a positive risk reward ratio, and limiting the exposure of all open trades to the lesser than 5% of the total equity. So when you are trading, stocks like this, make sure you have a lot of money. If you don't have, enough money, just try to make sure that you are trading with just 5% of your total equity. The technical indicators are not the only way to look for the buy and the signal when they're trading the NASDAQ. Traders also use the price pattern like support and resistance, scanning triggers and trend channels. You can also use the trend, price pattern, the Elliott wave. It's one of the indicators that you can use to trade NASDAQ. Okay. All right. So how to trade the NASDAQ using the fundamental analysis? We trading the NASDAQ range of underlying the fundamental variable affects the price of the index. The traders must be aware of the variable and their possible impact on the index. This variable can range from the microeconomic variable to the fundamental composite of the index itself. The largest company in the NAS 100, they are most vital to understand them. The NASDAQ is the market capitalization weighted index. So the largest company tends to move in the most likely like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, like the way I explained earlier on. Some indices are weighed different, and this can affect their price. It is so important to understand the difference between the major indices and the minor indices again. The charges in the Federal Reserve stance on a monetary policies can have an adverse effect on all stocks market, including the NASDAQ 100. So what happened last week? What happened last week, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, it was a news from Federal Reserve talking about the monetary policies. What actually they were doing, releasing how much they can be able to increase in terms of tax in the United States. Remember, NASDAQ is an instrument listed in the United States. It's a company from the United States. Okay. So what else again does it make moves the NASDAQ? Economic data, likely inventory level, and employment results, which is NFP, always call it, CPI news, which is consumer price index, interest rates, and the GDP. This data can signal what action the central bank will be on a monetary policy. The reason why all the NASDAQ is dropping right now, we are only based on the monetary policy at the moment. It's because of the United States have been increased their tax in over 4.5%. It actually tells that the market, everything that you buy in the United States, it's a little bit of expensive, right? Everything that you are buying, from oil, from food, from hospitals, medicals, transportations, everything that you need to do has been increased. The taxpayers now, they are paying a lot of money at the moment. What happened when a lot of people, they are actually, paying a lot of money to tax? Some, they'll stop paying their tax. Some of them, when they stop paying their tax because they cannot afford, that means they cannot be able to pay their bonds. If they cannot be able to pay their bonds, actually, the bank will be able to pull up to take over the bonds and sell it somewhere. That actually drives the market crash. So we are actually going to the recessions number 3. I don't know, it's a recession number 3 or number 4 for global market for entire years since the global market has been invented. So actually we are preparing to go to the recession number 4. So most of the time when we are going on a recession number 4 or any type of a recession, the investors, they pull their money out of the stocks, trying to see what industry right now can be able to make money. You just have to watch the market and watch the news. Couple of months from now, there will be a specific industry that a lot of investors, they'll be investing in that, and it will be start making money on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen,